Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 2, Allegation Nation. We're picking back up where Mia's saying, "Cue Giselle." Mia's homegirl has to step in, her homegirl Jacqueline, who happens to not be her homegirl at the moment. I don't follow Mia on social media, so I don't know what she over there on the Twitter saying, but apparently they've been going back and forth. If you care about all of that, then, go tune in. I won't be tuning in, but that's the word on the curb. Anyway, homegirl steps in, checking everybody about her friend. The rest of the ladies hear the hoopla and they join the conversation. Nobody feels like Robin and Giselle are going about this the right way, but it's just like, why y'all coming at just Robin and Giselle when y'all all feel like this? Granted, they all feel like that, but nobody came to her with it. Y'all were speaking amongst yourselves, but nobody but Giselle ran up on the girl, which is why we're, feeling a way about it. Robin, of course, she stands up and says that, she throw everybody under the bus. It wasn't just us. Y'all are not about to do this. We not about to gang up on Robin and Giselle when everybody had something to say, when everybody had questions. Candace had questions. We, of course, we see the footage, and she absolutely had questions. Everybody had questions, but nobody came for her the way Giselle did. So that's really null and void. Jackie, she got her friend, and I just done gave her a nickname. I feel like that's what they call her. She got her friend back. Charisse, she shows up to the party. Robin invited her. I guess Robin say, "You said we can bring a +1, and so that's my +1." Mia's not worried though. She says she's okay. She says she on a mission doing God's work. I said, God's work? Okay, girl. You pushing it, but okay. All right, I guess. Ashley, she taking shots at the bar. Miss, I don't drink no more. Just in one breath saying it, then the next went and got a tequila shot. Okay, girl. It's no judgment, but don't be saying you stopped drinking. Just say, I've cut back on my drinking. Like I ain't got to drink every time I go out. Like I might have a glass of wine. I done cut back on the beers. Say that, but just to say you don't do it anymore, you're lying. You're lying. Anyway, we get a cameo from Katie. Katie's crazy ass coming here. She done cut off all her hair. She wearing green contacts. That lady is a nut. She be knowing what to do when she gets behind these cameras. Charisse and Karen, Charisse approaches Karen, like, I miss you. Let's link later. Let's do lunch. It's really been, I miss you. I really do. Karen is just looking at her like, okay, yeah, we should do that. Okay. She ain't doing it. Ashley and Candace, they also over there chit-chatting. It's refreshing to see them getting along. Karen, she shares with Katie. I mean, not Karen. Giselle. She shares with, let me not make that fall. She shares with Katie that Ray got a crush on her. Like, come on over here. Come see Ray. He say he got a crush on you. Katie walk up and grab the man butt. I said, girl. And then start rubbing all on his head. Karen says, she rubbing on my man's head. So, of course, she got to go on up there and no. No, let's not do that. Let's not play like that, Katie. Candace, she says that she's pressed for time. She getting ready to go to the Grammys, so she'll be leaving soon. Go ahead, girl. I know that's right. Karen gets up and gives a speech. Of course, nobody understands what this speech is about. She talk in circles and then gets to the point. But they all just be standing there laughing at her. Anyway, we see Karen is back at her plastic surgeon for a follow-up. She tells us that what she's done was not for Ray, it was for her. She says she had, the underarm fat, in the back and probably around in the front. She had to get rid of that. She just got some fat taken, and moved around a little bit. She already had her breast implants taken out. And so this time, I think she just had them lifted, and made them a little bit more plump right here. So it didn't have that sag look. I'm sure that's what she did. Listen, go ahead, do you. Do you. Ray ain't here for it, but oh well. Um, she talking about she hopes to inspire women, not inspire them. I mean, we reaching. My first Mia feel like she's doing God's work by getting on social media and scaring us. And now Karen says she's a philanthropist, really mentoring the girls into breast augmentation. Candace and her sister Crystal are at the house. Her sister is now living with them for the meantime. She's having a home built. They parents paying for it. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. Listen, Candace is the product of black excellence and people having generational wealth and legacy. She's the product of that. Listen, the hope and the dream of the slave, her and her sister right there. Because while the parents done purchased a plot for you and then bought you a house. That all happened in the black community. Our parents can't buy us no house. They can barely buy their own house. So to see this, I was like, I know that's right. Yes. I ain't mad at the generational wealth at all. I know that Giselle and them used to give her a lot because her mama was doing so much for her, but it's like, isn't that the point? Now, granted, 30 plus, no, your mama shouldn't be taking care of you. But, I mean, if they do and they can, who are I to judge? Anyway, Candace tells her sister, that she's about to try to have a baby. She say, listen, I got the music going on. I'm still in school and I'm trying to be somebody's mom. Her sister said, you trying to get pregnant? She's trying to get pregnant by the end of the year, child. She's trying to get pregnant. She's trying to do the IVF, and the plan is to get pregnant by the end of the year. They talk about Chris's work-life balance. She's not adjusting to it well, but it's something that they're going to need to work on because not only does she need him for, the shots and to help her out and all of that, they need quality time, so I guess they're going to work it out. Ashley has her friend Deborah over for a play date. Her baby's name is Hero. And her friend Deborah has the most beautiful, I don't know if this lady is Native American, but she just looked like a beautiful Native American person. Like she had such great features. She really did. Anyway, Deborah over there, Deborah say, fix me a drink. you gonna have one. Now Ashley's back to not drinking. After she was throwing back tequila shots. But okay. They sit down and talk about the divorce and all of that. Friend is like, girl, I don't know. Like, how you going to do this? All of this by yourself, in an apartment, there's no yard to upkeep, anything that needs to be rectified or fixed in your home. You're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to find somebody to do it. Maintenance men fix all the issues in an apartment. So there's going to be a bit of a shift there. That Michael ain't trying to do. So Michael will be staying at the penthouse while she lives at the house. Cause she ain't losing in this situation. So this is why Ashley is not too worried about anything. Friend asks if Michael is gonna start dating. If he's mentioned that, she's like, I think that's an assumption. I don't think he gonna wait too long to do it either. And she say, and likewise, and vice versa. I ain't gonna waste no time neither. She ain't really gonna get serious about nothing, but she's ready to get back out there and have a good time and start dating. She ready to go get knocked down every now and then. I feel like Ashley gonna end up with a woman. I really do. Or some fine young tender. I think she done with the older man. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, she says that she's been coping with TikTok. TikTok has been her coping mechanism, accomplishing them dances. Listen, and the dances are hard, so they are. It is the accomplishment when you do get it. When you do get it. So she wants to host a high heel class type of thing. The little sexy class that the girls are doing these days. She's inviting everyone. Friends say, you inviting all the ladies, even Candace? She said, yeah. I said, how you know all the tea? And she been around there telling. She been around there telling the business. Giselle. She meets with Charles Lee Ray, Rob Dixon. That's an insider. I know y'all know who Charles Lee Ray is. Charles Lee Ray is Chucky, for those of y'all that don't know. And Rob Dixon, ever since somebody somewhere, I think that this was in like the Shade Room comments, they said that she looked like Chucky. And I can't unsee it now. And so Rob Dixon is now Charles Lee Ray Rob Dixon. Because that's Chucky. That's Chucky. Dead on. It's Chucky. Anyway, Giselle meet Charles Lee Ray for coffee. And before they get into it, Charles Lee Ray, Rob Dixon say, girl, before we get into the script, before we get into the storyline, what we came to really talk about, I got a bone to pick with you. Think about what you was out here talking about, because Giselle is like, what did I do now? What I do, friend? Think about what you was saying. And then we roll it back and see, where she was saying, telling everybody, telling Ashley and Karen, and I think that's all that was over there, but she was telling them that Juan's name isn't on the deed. And, we can't have that. And Giselle says, when I said it, their reaction it was kind of like, oh, maybe I said too much because I thought that they knew. And then Robin is like, why would you think that they knew? Why would I tell them that? Why would you tell Giselle that? Why are you telling anybody that? Got your husband out here looking bad. Giving him he got bad credit edit. Don't do that. You shouldn't have been telling nobody that. But you told Giselle, and here she comes bringing it to the television. And I honestly feel like production told her that it was said, because nobody ran it back to her. So how did she even find out that Giselle said it? Production told her. Okay, and now we can get into, why they really came out there. Oh, and she does tell us what happened and why his name isn't on the deed. She says that their home, it would have been a high interest rate for her because his credit hasn't recovered from the foreclosure. That was your fault. But don't get me started. Girl. Anyway, Robin want to know, she like, how my business get into it at all? And Giselle says it's because Ashley around here saying that she buying a house and all of that. And then Robin, starts feeling bad. And she's like, well, I hate that we sitting around doubting our friends. Which brings her to Mia. She tells her that I feel like your delivery was off when it comes to Mia. Then Giselle says, you know what? You're right. I should send a text, which is what they always do. They are always, Robin is a good cop. Giselle is the bad cop. When they do that, when she does that mean girl thing, then Robin can come back and say, well, I did check her about it. I did tell her that what she did was wrong. But that's the game y'all play. It's like a revolving door. She gonna pick on somebody else, and then you'll be sitting down for lunch and you'll be saying to her, well, maybe you didn't have to say it like that. And then she's gonna say, I'm gonna send her a text. What should I say? And then she's gonna send said text, not get a response, or whatever the case may be, because she did the same thing with Wendy. I'm gonna send her a text. Don't send me no mother text. Don't send me no text. Don't send me no text. Anyway, I see them coming a mile away. They're good cop, bad cop, and they do it well. But she did check her and tell her, you ain't have to come for me like that. It was a way that you could have went about it, and I think you went about it the wrong way. Anyway, Robin shares that she met with Ashley, and she got tea. First of all, Ashley buying wallpaper because she is closing on a house. She's put down an offer, and so she finna be moving soon. They still are like, I just don't understand buying this house with this man. You say you divorced him, but okay. Robin says she got some more tea. She added a little more. Ashley told her she got a DM from Chris at 2:40 something in the morning, and basically it was just him replying to a story. She posted, I didn't see and she posted it at 2 something in the morning. So she out at 2 a.m. and she posted to her story. Chris is working and he sees it and says, y'all should have came to the W. Her first thought is, who you at excuse me, who you at a W with? And Robin laughs like, he works there, girl. Like, he's the general manager. And she's like, oh, yeah, oh, because you thought you was about to run with that, didn't you? Not so. But she gonna try to pivot and go in another direction. She says, but my issue is Candace wasn't there. And so why would you be texting me? Robin's still laughing at her because, like, girl, don't you trying it. You trying it. Ain't that man is not trying to be inappropriate with you. Let's not do this. Because I think Robin sees where she's going with it, which is why she's laughing. Ashley says she feels uncomfortable. And Robin, of course, is like, I wouldn't think anything of it. It's not that deep. Robin feels like Chris is just friendly. Giselle, because, you know, she was telling her all of this. And Giselle thinks that she words it like he slid in her DMs. And Robin's like, nah, he ain't slide in her DMs. He responded to a story. He did not slide in her DMs. He didn't just go out his way to reach out to her at 2 a.m. I don't think Robin is here for the narrative that's about to spin, but Giselle is she's going to run with this. Now she says she's uncomfortable, you know, because Chris has messaged her in the past as well, or DM'd her, and now she's uncomfortable with it. She brings up the reunion and says that he made her uncomfortable there as well because he wanted to talk to her privately in the room, in her dressing room, which you invited him to. And she says she invited him back to the room to speak because we remember, Nikki and they were kind of giving Candace a lot. They gave Candace a lot. And Chris ain't really like it. He ain't like they was kind of ganging up on her. And Giselle asked him, you mad? And he tells her, we'll talk about it later. And so later came after filming and everything. And he wanted to talk to her about it privately. And she invites him back to the dressing room where she thought her glam was still there, but they weren't there. And now that's where it became uncomfortable because she's in a room with a closed door with a married man. Girl, a married man, you know, ain't finna try you. But that's what she's trying to spin. That it was uncomfortable for her because he's married and it kind of felt like, you know, he was trying to see if she'd be with it. Oh, and he was drinking. Just trying to add all kind of salt to it. Giselle, she is so full of shit. She is so full of shit. Robin just sit there shaking her head because she don't see the issue. She ain't in it. She ain't doing this. She ain't about to play this game with Giselle. She like basically laughs in her face. Karen and Ray at the house talking about their day or whatever. Ray, they talk about the surgery. He wasn't too keen on it. Again, Karen says she's saving lives and she's an influence to the girls. He don't want her influencing the girls because, listen, don't be influencing our daughter to go get her breast augmented. And Karen's thing is, I mean, I wouldn't recommend any 20-something go get their breast done. And I can see why that makes sense. You're going to have kids, maybe. You know, life happens. Gravity happens. And so you might want to spruce it up at the age, you know, where it's normal to spruce it up like 40-something, you know, after your body is done doing so much changing. That's when she would encourage the young ladies to go and get plastic surgery. Anyway, Mia and Gordon, they meet up with Jacqueline. Apparently, Jacqueline is like her sister wife, you know, but without them doing the do. She says never happened. Not with him. I said, oh, not the emphasis on Gordon not being the one, but it was some other folks. Anyway, they've been friends since they were 15. You know, they good friends. It's sad to say that I don't think that's the case anymore, which is very sad. Her friends should have stayed off this show probably. I don't know, but maybe we'll see it play out. Jackie just gets to the mess, you know. She can't get past what Giselle did. You know, she was wrong, period. She also felt like Karen was, you know, doing a CYA, and me was like a CY what? A CYA, girl, covering your own ass. That's old school. I don't know about it being old school, but it's absolutely new. That's news to me. Anyway, Karen, she did get in front of it, you know, in her invite to the party. Girl, I'm inviting you to this party, but let me let you know, basically, they've been talking about your ass, and they're going to probably run up on you talking about all of that. See, you're talking about your posts and all of that. And Mia, she picked up on all of that. She knew what it was. She says that Giselle has reached out, since Karen's shindig. She called and she sent a text to Mia, say she leaving her on red. They gonna get the new, Mia ain't playing nice no more. Basically, Mia is gonna show them who she is. Okay. Ashley and Candace, they meet up, and Ashley really just wanted to get to the point. She wanted to speak with her privately. She didn't want to bring this up in front of the group because last time she did that, it didn't go well. And she is trying to build a friendship with her, so she's gonna do things differently. She's gonna move differently with her. And so she shares that Chris DM'd her, and she says she didn't know the context. She thought maybe he thought my friend was cute. I don't know, but she couldn't chance Candace finding out about that DM and she not being the one to tell her about it. Candace is just looking at her like, really? She says she's choosing to believe that Ashley is not being shady and that she is just trying to look out because she didn't know that Chris worked there. And so she's going to give her the benefit of the doubt. She tells Ashley that he's trying to rebrand the place. It's called The View. Having Bravo celebrities in the place, having influencers there, having people young, hip, and hot in the place would bring some business. And so that's his end game. Let me call Candace. Let me text. Oh, you out? Oh, y'all should have came around here because it's listen. Y'all could have brought the crowd over here. That's his end game. Bring the money to my establishment. It ain't got nothing to do with trying to get in your pants or none of that. None of that. But thank you, girl. Thank you for good looking out, because if something was really going down, I would want to know. So thank you for that. Anyway, okay, we at Ashley's Hill party. Anyway, I was getting a message. We at Ashley's Hill dance party. Karen will not be there. She says that she has 102-degree fever, so she can't make it. Robin first. Robin get there first. Go girl. Go girl. She got there first, then Giselle. Ashley tells him that Karen won't be coming, and Robin is like, did somebody tip her off that Sharice will be here? Giselle's like, oh, Sharice coming? Yeah, Sharice is coming. So they feel like it's bullshit because she's been apparently she's been avoiding Sharice ever since her spring party. Sharice has reached out, tried to contact her, but Karen is leaving her on red. She ain't responding. Giselle says that Karen just doesn't want Sharice around to spill her tea. Sharice might know something. She might have something in her bag, and she don't want Sharice around spilling it. Ashley ends up, getting up to offer everybody a drink, and she's back on the wagon still. So okay, girl. She says she want to vibrate higher, and so it's work. It's work, but she's back on the wagon. Robin, can sense the tension in the room, and so she asks them if they have something to talk about. And Giselle says, I don't know, do we? And Ashley says, well, I feel like your line of questioning, was a bit much at the party. You were being a bit accusatory. And Giselle is about to explain herself, and Sharice walks in. So we break to speak to her, and then she gets back to it. She felt like Ashley was playing with divorce. Like she's been divorced, and we're not about to play with it. And that she feels like she's playing with it. It's a very serious thing for you to just be throwing divorce out there and playing around with it when you're not really doing that. And Ashley gets defensive, of course, and it's like, are y'all together or not? That's what it boils down to. Are you together or not? Are you divorcing or not? Because you're saying you are, but you're moving like a married couple, not like a couple that is about to get divorced. And then Ashley starts deflecting. I don't know what this had to do with anything, but now she's throwing out there, oh, well, he hasn't cheated on me. He hasn't had outside kids on me. And Giselle's like, he hasn't cheated on you? Well, not lately. Girl, what are you even trying to say here? Basically, I think what she's trying to say is, if I was reconciling with him, we're not in that space where I hate him. We're not in a space where it's far-fetched for us to get along because he didn't do anything to me like what you experienced. Whatever, girl. Ashley be grasping at straws. Mia finally gets there. Candace gets there. You know, the lady takes them back to start doing some stretching. Once everybody makes it, because Wendy is late as well. She says she was commentating on CNN. She had to chaperone a field trip. She was doing it all. She barely made it, but she gets there. They start class. Robin look a fool. I mean, it was comical. You know who you already know the ones that was going above and beyond. Ashley, Candace, Wendy, Giselle as well. Giselle gave it all she could give, you know. But Robin back there, she was back there playing around. She was back there playing around. Mia too. Mia knew what to do because, you know, Mia's been here before, you know, in her former life. After class, you know, Mia and Wendy and all of them and Ashley, I think they head for the door. Oh, and Sharice, they head for the door. While they're out there, Sharice asks Ashley, you know, what's going on? When you going to put this divorce statement out? Ashley's like, soon as I get this loan for this house, soon as I sign this deed, I'm out of here. Ashley, girl, write a memoir, okay? I need a memoir because the way that you are playing this game right here, it deserves a book deal. It does. It really does. Somebody taught you right. Somebody taught you right. Back in there in the studio, Giselle, she wants to talk to Candace. And so she gonna pull her to the side and she tells her how Chris made her uncomfortable. And she doesn't want to ever be in a room with a married man alone. And then she brings Cal into it, saying that Cal said he didn't like it either because Cal saw Chris on his way out, so he knew there was nobody there. He knew that this would be uncomfortable for a woman, a single woman and a married man, to be in a room together. Candace is looking around because she done clocked the bullshit. And she handles it well. You know, she don't spaz on him. But she look right at the camera. What is this? What is this? Is this what we doing? Gets up, gathers her things. Where's Eric? I don't need a camera. I need Eric. Where's Eric? Eric come around there to where she at, you know, and she's like, what we not about to do? So we have completely, she steps outside from behind the fourth wall, and she telling Eric, we're not doing this. You can find you another resident ass grabber creep. You know, you can find you somebody else because it won't be my husband. It will not be my husband. Not my marriage. We ain't doing it. Find you somebody else to play with. And I said, I know that's right. I did not like that at all. I was actually very upset that Giselle was running with it. Like, and she knew it with the straightest face. She was doing this. She was actively creating a story. At their expense, at her expense. She ain't give a fuck. Just like she wouldn't have cared about Monique when they were planning to do the same thing and Candace was trying to warn Monique, but she mad at Candace and not the folks she need to be mad at. That's a whole another video for another day. Monique ain't even over here no more. But it's the same thing. They hear rumors or they stir up bullshit and then try to bring it to the show, knowing it's going to be detrimental to somebody's family in some way. So now y'all want to paint the picture like he's a creep. Like he be out here sliding in DMs and trying to get with y'all. Candace, like, he looks at you like a sister. Like, my husband. The one that's cooked for you. The one that looks out for you. The one that invites you to do this, that, and the third. The one that's done this. The one that's done that. My husband made you feel uncomfortable? And then Giselle says, yeah. Okay, girl. Now, I don't know how you and Ashley gon' I don't know how this is gonna go after you done drug Michael back into this. Because, I mean, he ain't really involved like that, Candace. So you really shouldn't have been saying Michael Darby is your man. you want the ass grabber. You want the inappropriate person. He's available for that. Michael Darby is available for that. Not Chris. Ashley and they're like, and Michael at home like, what'd I do? I mean, it is what it is, Michael. It is what it is. But yeah, we're not doing that. I'm so glad that Candace saw it and cut it right there where it was at. No, nope, not today. This won't be the storyline for this season. No, absolutely not. Sorry, Giselle. Sorry. I don't know what's gonna happen next week, but it's to be continued. It's to be continued. She's probably gonna be in there yelling. She probably gonna be in there yelling and cussing. And now she and Ashley gonna fall out again because she in there bad mouthing Michael. All right, that's where this ends. Let me go. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.